So the same question, how many times we were upset during the last session until now? How many times we were upset? So that upset may be internally, emotionally, I held back myself. What we say that we suppress our emotions. Sometimes we manifested, we expressed our anxiety, our reaction, anger, and hesitation. How many times? Mentally, emotionally, and physically. If that is, then we have to realize that the knowledge has to be realized, and still we have to continue the journey. This is your choice. This is your choice. And I have given an example again and again. So you have to remember, you have to think, oh, the gravitation does not make me fall. I make a mistake and then I fall. Are you getting it? Water in an ocean does not make me sink or drown. I make a mistake and then I fall. Then I drown. So I reflected on the situation, on the person, on the condition outside. That is why I have a son. Am I right? Say yes. Obviously, because I'm talking about, such a beautiful picture of Terry. So now see that we are talking about karma, action. Action is done only in the present. Action cannot be done in the past or cannot be done in the future. But if the action is guided and dictated by our mind, instinct, and impulses, our craving and the desires, then we are going to suffer. There is no chance that we can bring an end to the suffering. And that is why, for the last couple of sessions, we are talking about karma yoga. Do you remember yoga? Mental attitude. Mind is free inside, and then I'm performing an yoga. Then I'm performing an action. Mind is free from all the expectations. Okay, now let me talk. So when I do all my work with that mental attitude, it becomes a karma yoga. Karma yoga purifies the mind, and the purification of the mind leads us to the higher consciousness. We are absorbed into meditation that brings a transformation of the mind that brings an end to the suffering. Many thoughts versus an object or a situation caused by the desire. Remember this phrase. Always remember, many, many thoughts means my mind is wandering. Am I clear? My mind is overcrowded with millions of thoughts, right? Millions of thoughts. I know then my mind is distracted, it is anxiety, I'm agitated, I have an extreme fatigue, and so millions of thoughts. I'm frustrated, there's a feeling of the failure and the heaviness in the head. I cannot. And then what happens? The time comes when the mind takes over because of these many thoughts. And then I feel, I don't feel like doing it. I have a sense of failure. I have a heaviness in the head. And oh my goodness. What did I say? Many thoughts, one object of the world. When the mind craves, desire any object in the world, unconsciously, habitually, instinctively, you have millions of thoughts in the mind. You cannot say that my mind is wandering because of others. I created that situation in myself, in my mind. Single thought. Single thought of what? A single thought of creativity. I can give you single thought, craving for money, craving for pleasure, craving for anything. Remember this phrase I tell you. Many thoughts means my mind is wandering. That why it is wandering? Because of a single object my mind is obsessed with outside. It may be the money, it may be the sense of pleasure, it may be a hatred, it may be anything in the object. Outer situation. You have millions of thoughts, and we say that now my mind is wandering. So now this mind is wandering means this mind, because of the hidden object of expectation and desire. Are you understanding that? So if you do not understand, talk to Stephen. We were discussing yesterday some issue. Oh, about someone that we don't want to reveal. Single. So it means the moment I have a stress, anxiety, suffering, duality, conflict, problem, and my mind is wandering, I claim that no, 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 I'm into the state of the anxiety and duality and a conflict. It is because of that. You remove the object and tell me if you have that anxiety. My honey is crazy, he doesn't or she doesn't listen to me. Now see that. He doesn't listen to me. Yesterday, what happened? That I was offering a cup of tea and he refused or she refused. He or she. Now see that chain reaction. And now within a few minutes, your mind is filled with unnecessary, unwanted thoughts, just for the sake of a cup of tea. And then you blame others that my mind is anxious because of you. Now another problem. I must tell you now. You all are seekers. Say yes that I'm seekers, so I'll tell you. What happens almost 15, 16 years, I don't remember, but I tell you one thing: a spark, a ray of light deep inside your heart is seen constantly. Don't misunderstand. When I say a spark or a ray of light, means it is electric light. It is your awareness. Many people start, misunderstand it, and then they start imagining, no, I have a lot of light inside. Yes, you have a generator there. Come on. And then we get carried away, and then we blame the teachers of my profession. No, even the teachers are also responsible. So what I want to say, remember this. Seeker continues the journey until you have that spark, that the ray of light, means light of awareness, that pointer, that state of the consciousness, or you can say is someone, something in you. It is lit and it doesn't go off. You're lying down, you have a pain in the knee, and that spark smiles. You are not the knee. You need not to think. I tell you, this is what happens. You're talking to your honey. Honey said you something. Your mind still, that spark is present. He or she said you something, and you say, okay, inner smile. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. You sleep, you dream, you are in a vivid state, you are engaged in a profession, you are doing any activities. That spark, that ray of consciousness remains detached, one thing, remains lit 24 by 7. What happens? It shows you the path. Until then, the seeker has to continue the journey. So, who will notice? You will. You will understand. I may know that is a different thing, but if you know it, and when you have that spark, don't misunderstand. Spark means, it's a plug, electricity. No, no, it had nothing to do with it. It's a consciousness, it is a state of awareness that does not allow the mind to work on you. Until then, we have to maintain ourselves, we have to work, we have to think, we have to speak, we have to continue the journey like a seeker. Otherwise, no, I have understood it intellectually. Yes, I know it. You have a greater IQ. But whether that knowledge has been realized or not, or am I hiding some impurities of the mind inside? Okay, I love you, I like you, I like your talk, but who will live without money? Did I say not to earn money? But when you say this, it means you have some craving for it. I said continue to earn money, but remove the craving. Do it. Understand this point. Once that spark is lit, it is, or you can say awakening, you will sleep and still you will remember. The moment you wake up in the morning, uh, you need not to think of it. It is already there. You have that. Why? Because the mind is purified. Now I'm linking the two. The mind is purified, and then the life becomes so beautiful. You thank your honey who has made you upset. Oh, I learned endurance. No issue. I learned. That spark guides you. It is not the outer teacher. That is what we talk about, the inner guide, inner voice, inner teacher, a lot of things, a lot of names. Until that point, you see that whatever you do, you are in the midst of lot of challenges, but the spark is there. Did you understand? Ashok is a engineer, so spark is not the electric light. Oh, you are, I think, mechanical or electrical engineer, I think, yes. So don't start thinking, otherwise we will we will totally misunderstand, and then every time you will ask me, I don't see the light. Be very clear. Our masters uses symbolism, metaphors. And on Saturdays, do you understand metaphors? Identical, but if you remember, it's okay. If you don't remember, that is also. So the next question comes, am I living wisely? Living means thinking, speaking, and acting. These are the three types of actions. I can think inside, then I speak, that becomes also manifest outside, and physical action. So action means karma. So I have to convert this karma into karma yoga. That is the next step of living wisely. But if that spark is guiding you, I can tell you, you can never leave the journey because that won't allow you to leave that journey. Why? Because it gives you an infinite peace, calmness, the joy. It is made up of the joy. That spark, if I use the same, that spark is made up of the joy, of happiness, of love and wisdom. It doesn't leave you. It doesn't want you to leave the journey. So what happens? Your thought, your speech, and your action changes, your behavior and attitude changes. That changes the brain. And ultimately, your personality changes. You don't care how much you have and you don't have. You are into that state of calmness. Until then, the seeker continues the journey. So, have you seen the stages? How so that spark makes you realize what it makes you realize. You wake up in the morning, the mind says it's a good morning, or no, it's a morning. But instantly, that spark gives a clarity that there is no morning, there is no evening, because you have removed the wrong notion. You are talking to your honey, husband, or wife, or sibling, individual spark. Say, spark says, no, hold on, hold on. That is what happens in our journey of self discovery. And it is a fact. While being crucified, Jesus said they do not know what they are doing. It simply means they do not know they are crucifying the body. I am that. Let them do it. That spark. It is because of that spark he said, love is God. Think of this. These labels work for convenience. You continue to live with that label, but deeper inside that spark detaches yourself from the label. You're not a teacher, you're not a husband, you're not a wife, and son. You're not rich or poor. Nothing, nothing of that. You're not Miss Universe or Mr. Universe. Nothing of that. That ego horse is scared that I will lose everything. No, you will get much more than. You will lose your anxiety, you will lose your reaction, you will lose your blame complain game. It is that spark does. Seeker continues the journey, is doing the practices. Now let me explain in a different way. And remember all the time that the time comes when you have that spark, your practices are taken over by that spark. You need not to do anything. It is so powerful. What is that spark? How do you define it? It's a glimpse of the real self. That is what happens. Okay, now I sometime we have a fake spark, so we understand by the fake spark. Oh, I get upset. I forget myself. Obviously, that spark is not there. So you can check yours. It has less to do with the teacher knows. You have that continuous. I told you in sleep, in dream, in waking state. Your mind says you are extremely tired, but the spark is there. Okay, let me reach home and I'll take rest. Why should I create another thought? You have to continue the journey until that change comes. So in that area, or we have to we have to understand we have to understand we have to understand about the karma yoga. We have to understand about this karma yoga. You have to listen to it again and again, Brandy. So that is why now you see that to facilitate, to have a clarity of understanding, we say that all the karma is divided into six groups. What we are supposed to do, we must do. What we are supposed to do, what is our duty? What is our responsibility? What is my duty as a teacher? I join you, and for 15 minutes, I only talk about myself. Another 5 minutes, I talk about you. And 5 minutes, I simply talk about the lesson. That is not being a teacher. The moment my job, as long as I'm with you, what I'm supposed to do, I must do. Why only me? If you are a seeker, you must do what a seeker is supposed to do. Did I say why you bring your pet in the session? Your pet is not listening. No, I'm just giving the example. I never say it. I will never say. No, no, I'm not saying, keep your pet, bring all the good pets, around you. That will help you to meditate. I'm not, no, it's out of the way. But I'm just pointing you out. Am I ready? Same way, husband duty. What I'm supposed to do, I must do it. People say it's a male ego. You let the husband do what he's supposed to do. Finished. Everything will be fine. Siblings, same relationship. So that is what we say the nitya karma, the karma that we have to do. It's an obligatory. I'm responsible for this body. I must do. I must take care of it. That is, I'm must supposed to do. Yes, I have been doing it, eating a lot of sugar. Now I'm going to the doctor, for treating diabetes. So Nitya karma and the Naimitya karma. No, Naimitya karma means social obligations. We have a lot of social duties. We are supposed to do with that attitude, with an attitude of happiness. Now I have to pay the taxes. No, let me fight. And I have not to speed the car. You see that your mind, you are keeping that mind calm and relaxed. Now, this is what I'm supposed to do, so I have nothing to worry about. Then the third type of the karma is known as kamya karma. Kamya means desire ridden karma. Because ego, that I-ness, that individuality is a false notion created by the mind that continues to build its strengths on the basis of craving possessions, huh? obsessions. So if the doer is not there, that obsession will go away. But if I'm doing the kamya karma is desire-ridden action. Every every thought is a desire-ridden. You'll be surprised. I tell you frankly, when we go deeper as we continue our journey, that if your mind is desire-ridden on a given day, at least for 7 days, you will experience extreme physical fatigue. And then you go to the doctor and no, let me know what happened to me. 7 days, a few hours of desire ridden thoughts, speech, and action. So, kamya karma means that ego is the doer and the enjoyer. Where the ego does not exist, it causes lot of problems. You go to your friend's house, they offer you the food you don't like. So now your mind finds a good story and you start talking about it. Like, like giving you a lot of things. So that is how this karma yoga works in our life since the time we wake up until we die. Now see that another, oh, I will talk about it. One is the prayashchitta karma. Prayashchit means I have to repent. I have to ask forgiveness if I made a mistake. So there are many ways of doing it. We have to repeat, say that, you have deliberately or unconsciously, you have made a mistake to a person in your relationship. Just go back, sit in your room. You need not to do anything. Pick up any mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it until this mind is filled with this mantra and the impact of that mistake is gone. If the mistake doesn't go, it will either create a guilt or it will strengthen your ego. Do you see the point? I will rationalize that I'm right. It will strengthen my ego. I'm giving, I'm earning money. Ashok, I'm giving food to every member of the family. They are not listening. Why they should listen to you? It's your duty to give food. Finish. What I'm supposed to do, I should do it. As a father, what I'm supposed to do, I should do it. Last point. That's very important. What is my duty and responsibility? What I'm supposed to do, I must do it. I will not get any reward. It's my duty. But if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I will be punished. My honey will complain. My children will complain. Society will complain. Look at this guy, he's speeding the car. And that's why, done. The cop has caught him. Yeah, fine. Very good. I'm punished. Remember this. What I'm supposed to do, I don't do it, I'll be punished. What I'm supposed to do, I do it, I will not get any reward. Who enjoys this reward? Ego. Now, if it's not there, so I'm not okay. This is my duty. I will do it. I have to do it. You are against me. Oh, that's right. In our relationship, some people, they have their own ideas, no wrong notions. I talked about that spark is not there. So they will say, oh, no, okay, do you think they challenge? Let them challenge. I have done my duty. I've done my duty. What I'm supposed to do, I've done it. towards my honey, towards my siblings, towards my society, towards my neighbors. So that helps us to dissolve that doer and the enjoyer, which is a false ego constantly working since our childhood. As we grew older, we found that ego, you get rid of it. Fine. Can it happen in a day? No, it takes time. It takes time. Can it happen when I claim that I have intellectually understood? No. Every day, my behavior and attitude must change. Every day, I feel a sense of freedom as if I'm not the doer and enjoyer. And you have done everything and still you feel okay. I'm so fine. Someone says, you have not done this thing to me. Thank you. Oh, yes, yes, I think so. I will do it. I'll do it. Towards your son, towards your kids, towards. Oh, he or she has reminded me, let me become aware instead of blocking it by ego. That is the beauty of the Karma Yoga that constantly purifies the mind. And when this mind purifies, that spark, that ray of light you see inside, it works for you. Sri Aurobindo says it is a psychic being. Being means an individual, but it is beyond ego. One master says it's a personal soul, which is different than the real self. There are different names given to it. Until then, it does not mean that spark is already there and I should not do it. So I'm doing my, that's what, I start educating people. So that helps me to live with that state. You continue your journey, do whatever you want to do. Allow that spark, close your eyes. Let us start our journey. Eyes are closed. Become, just be aware. Being comfortable, you understand. Mind is looking inside. It enjoys the experience of sensation, maybe in the body, the joints. Sensation and awareness in modern psychology are same, are used as synonyms. Context may be different. The sensation, and then I feel the comfort also is known because I'm aware. See that? And the steadiness in the body that prevents the mind to go out. But you forcibly stop the body to not to move is a conflict. So as a seeker, we should realize this and then come to being carefree. Do you remember any knowledge about being carefree, free from the cares of the mind? Mind cares because of millions of the thoughts, unwanted, unwelcome. No, it is not unwanted, unwelcome thoughts because your mind has kept some object, some person, some situation outside in the world. That is why these thoughts are coming. Oh, so I should have a dispassionate view of these millions of thoughts. What is that dispassionate? So I explained through the metaphor. Let the thought come and go. How? Like the traffic on the road. But where I am standing across the road. What it means? Metaphor says, I separated myself from the thoughts and feeling images that enter into my mind unwanted, unwelcome. You give a label, thought comes, thought says, I'm into anxiety, you are unwelcome. Not invite, I did not invite you. So when you say that, you distance yourself, you are a carefree. Otherwise, what will happen? Oh, I have an anxiety. Yes, I feel heaviness. Oh, no, 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 I feel tired. Oh, no. Oh, it is because of this. I just explained many thoughts in one. You remember that. Very good. So, Sarve Sham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. So this traditional journey means that thoughts are there. No, there are. It's a traffic jam, and you're also driving. So you are driving what? Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Jam is there. No issue. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. I believe you understood. You all are seekers. Many thoughts are coming. Thoughts wanted to make me crazy, but I am driving with Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Let there be well being for all. You stick to your understanding, you stick to this knowledge. When you said that thoughts are unwelcome, unwanted, strangers, invaders, then I should stick to myself. You are not fighting with other thoughts. That is one of the major rules of the mantra. And we try to fight even with the mantra. Now, it is because of the impurity of the mind, and we are doing it. So, let there be a state of well being. Well being, I told you, common factor. Every being on this, including the plants, ants, elephant, tiger, including the human beings, we all are consciously and unconsciously seeking well being. Oh, everyone, then why should I worry when everyone is seeking? See the idea? See the understanding? So you see that it is the knowledge in the mind is being realized in the practice. That brings the change in life. I know you all are becoming clear. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You are saying it mentally. I cannot speak Sanskrit. No, you need not to speak. You say it mentally. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You are listening to me. Repeat it the same thing mentally or loudly. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Let there be peace for all, including the plants and animals. Tell me who doesn't want peace, consciously or unconsciously? I'm seeking it consciously. What it means by conscious peace is my essential nature. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. A singer continues to sing amid millions of people in the crowd. They are making a lot of noises, and still the singer continues to sing. Why don't you? See that? Oh, no, no, no. I have lot of thoughts of anger, hesitation, reaction. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. You're not fighting with anyone. Singer is not fighting with the noises of their fans. I can give you hundreds of metaphors and similes. So it means let there be wholeness, let there be a wholeness and a completeness. Think, contemplate, and reflect after the meditation during the day. Mango tree is complete in itself. Mango tree doesn't complain. I should be little sweeter than an apple and orange. Ant is complete in itself. Ant looking at the elephant does not say that I want to be an elephant. Oh, Bill Gates is the richest. Can I be the richest? You see, I feel the sense of incompleteness. Be yourself. Oh, you're beautiful. I should be like this. Unnecessary. So don't think that our craving and desires that we recognize are present in the mind. There are millions of the desires that we desire we are not aware of. Hence, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Let there be completeness in myself. Completeness means holiness. From there, all the religions have used this word holiness in a different way. Wholeness. Real self is complete. And the last one, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, auspicious moment. Why auspicious moment? I have to perform an action. No, action and auspicious. Action is always in the present. Oh, am I aware? Yes. So when I'm aware, I have a proper right attitude. What is that right attitude? What I'm supposed to do, I must do it. What I'm not supposed to do, I must not do it. With clear understanding what I'm supposed to do, if I do it, I will not get any reward. What I'm supposed to do, if I don't do it, I will definitely be punished. Punished in the form of reaction, anger, fight, frustration, failure, etc., etc. Long list. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. The knowledge, you are backing the practice with the knowledge, with a level of awareness. That makes the change. If knowledge is not there and you continue doing the practice, nothing has happened in the past, nothing will happen. No change. Yes, my friends, do you remember looking inside the cave of your heart, start dropping like me gently, Om Shanti, as if you're looking Om Shanti. Om is the real self, Shanti is the peace, peace means the infinite space. Okay. Now deeper insight, as if that is the spark. I'm using the word now. And now let the breath work continue. Start breathing quick and short breath. Let the body remain steady. See, today we made a deeper understanding. Just continue. Breath continues. Body remains steady. Om Shanti continues. So now the Om Shanti you are remembering. No, no, it's very, when I'm breathing faster, my Om Shanti also becomes faster. Attachment. That is what we are educating the mind to go deeper. Now you realize the step. Just continue. this, become aware of the sensation around your head and the neck, around your both the legs, arms, middle portion of the body. These are the prana. This is what we say the prana. Prana covers as if I'm saying it. I'll tell you what. So as if it covers all over the body. It creates a field. You may say energy, okay. In that field, we experience a sense of relaxation. We say when the prana is balanced, you experience relaxation. You can compare it with the modern science, but not now. Physiological, biochemical, emotional relaxation. We simply talk. Prana, let the prana take over all around. Relaxation is there, and the stillness is also there. That prana, when equally takes over the body, all around the physical body, around 5 or 6 inches, it prevents the mind to go out. That induces the stillness in the body. Okay. So there is a sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And it is very easy for the mind to separate the physical body with the energy body. So, whatever Master says, I now become aware of the breath. So, that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness continues in the life of a seeker. All are seekers, but still I'm so looking at the breath, the flow of the breath, sensation is quite visible and experienced by the mind. So flow of the breath, sensation is there, and you are aware of the breath casually, naturally. But your awareness of the breath gives you a rich experience of the sensation when it strikes the nose, while when the breath goes in and comes out. That sensation, that awareness, and that experience is deeper. Why? The mind is living within. I'm saying in a very simple way. Simpler the practice, deeper it is. Because your mind, pay attention, your mind is not at all concerned about the unwelcome, unwanted thoughts at this moment. Why? Because there is a sensation, relaxation, and stillness is already there. Oh, and you are aware of the breath. That's good. So the mind is living in an extraordinary awareness now, supported by, just for the sake of understanding, supported by the sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the physical body. a natural flow of the breath in the energy body. And then we are going a little deeper. We come to the mind. Now we can visualize, become aware, because we are already living in an extraordinary awareness. So we can instantly recognize unwanted, unwelcome thoughts and feelings. No issues. When they come, the mind smiles and says, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Nothing comes, Om Shanti. Comes, Om Shanti. Traffic jam, Om Shanti. No traffic, Om Shanti. I mean to say, traffic on the mind, traffic jam. But your spark is there, the Om Shanti. No traffic, Om Shanti. And you know yourself that whether you succeed, there is nothing that is holding the mind back. There may be millions of impressions, they may pop up. And that's why we are doing the karma yoga. But now we are extraordinarily aware. There may be millions of thoughts. I told you, traffic jam is there. But that spark of Om Shanti is also there. And that bypasses everything. No reaction, no response, no attachment, no detachment with any thought, feeling, sensation, ideas, wrong notion. Check it. You will realize that sometime you forget, sometime you. Okay, leave that. When you leave that, do you experience tremendous sensation inside? So I'm just qualifying. Uh, Sensation inside the body, which is different than the sensation outside on the skin. Mind is confirmed that it is living within. And in that state of inner sensation, which I label as the state of calmness. What is calmness? I know it now, in reference to the mind. Thoughts are there, very near in your mind, but calmness is there. Sometimes you forget, sometimes you remember. Now, but I'm aware of the infinite space inside. That space stretches to the infinite. Oh, that is quietness. Quietness is deeper. That quietness, in the state of the quietness, you find all these thoughts, feeling, images, objective world is too far from you, as if it is not touching you. Really? Yes. Ah, you have already made a good journey. Now, in that state, which I was giving you the practice uh, in an easy way, until that point, or from that point, move the mind inside the cave of your heart, singing. Mind seemingly stops. Shanti. From that quietness results while Om Shanti, you get into peace. And out of the peace, there is a silence. From that silence, that spark awakens. It's giving a objective way to understand. It is not like that, but Shanti. Ah, not only you understand knowledge part, you realize too. You're already in the state of doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. So when you're keeping your palms on your eyes, open the eyes inside. So even the physical eyes find there is a darkness in the space. There you ask the mind what happened, what is your experience? And then we can share our experiences. Bring your hands down. How are you, Stephen?
Good. Very, very settled. Very quiet. Um, the meditation was just a dark space with no thoughts, no concerns, nothing. It was great.
It was great. Definitely. That's really good. How are you, Jerry?
Nicer, good, thank you. Um, yeah, very I guess what I noticed the most lately is that my mind is active, yet my awareness of the activity is lessened.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like today, didn't notice much activity in the mind, but I'm sure the mind was active,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
even
yeah.
though I'm not aware of it.
The mind is active to recognize there is a sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind is active because it is aware of the breath that is going in and out. Mind is active because thoughts are there, but still deeper inside there is a calmness. It is separate, different. So that state is Good. How are you, Samir? Then we'll go to Randy. Yes.
Sir, I was totally still during the practice and
Good.
totally unmoved, and each and every word of yours was very clear to me, and I was deep into it.
Very good. Yes. That's another, I'm not bragging myself, but each and every word of a teacher, if it goes inside, definitely it helps. So sometimes we feel, so it has nothing to do. How are you, Brandy?
Good morning. I'm good. I'm glad I got to join today. I didn't think I was going to. I've had a weird experience last week and this week where right when I went into meditation, somebody literally knocked on my door. And so last week I answered it. Today I didn't answer it. But it's like what you say about the thoughts, like knocking at the door and you're like, no, thank you. So I had several minutes of having to no thank you about not going to the door. But it was really cool to juxtapose with being able to see the space. Like, okay, knocking at the door, space. Knocking at the door, space.
That's wonderful. Do you see? Everybody is listening. Understand. Unwelcome thoughts, unwelcome incident, unwelcome situation. No. Yes, no. So even you are able to separate yourself. That very separation makes our mind realize the higher consciousness. Just make you very make the things clear your experience, and that's a beautiful. How are you, Barbara?
I'm very good, thank you. It was very peaceful, very calm. I didn't have any thoughts at all. Right. Very, very relaxing. Thank you.
Very relaxing. Very good. Wonderful. How are you, Terry?
I had a good experience with the fast breathing.
Okay.
But I had too much distraction from the not being able to hold still.
Okay.
More later after that. But the thing I think is I'm the most aware of right now is the idea of the mantra replacing the bad impressions or the impressions of things that are going on.
Bad impressions, say Om Shanti. Good impressions, say Om Shanti.
And then I struggle about whether to, when you said, oh, somebody made their Om Shanti faster because their breathing was faster. I'm sort of working on separating because there's a tendency to need to rhythmically make your Om
Come on.
fit with your breathing. Otherwise, I can't multitask.
You see that? You just Terry, you come to my house and you knock the door and say, who are you? I say, Om Shanti. What you do, Om Shanti? Where are you going, Om Shanti? Can I come inside, Om Shanti? Is it a struggle?
I have a tendency to need them to do two things at once. I have to
remove this I.
Rhythm.
And then you also go away. Remove this I. I have a tendency. You don't have a tendency. You think you have a tendency. That's why you have it. You see that? You have to. I know you ask very good questions, but that is what happens. So we have done Barbara. We have done Sangeeta. How are you?
सर बहुत peaceful, बहुत absorbed था एकदम.
Yeah, totally absorbed into that. Very good, Sangeeta. So she comes in once in a blue moon. Yeah. So it's a proverb. There is no blue moon. Anyhow, Anesthesia, how are you?
Thank you. I'm very good, totally absorbed. And this time, usually I feel my meditation as very quick And this time I felt like we are doing it a day, all day.
Oh.
But I knew that it couldn't be such a long because of timing, but it felt like 3,
Ah.
4 hours.
You see, it is kind of a spark. That extends the time. It becomes the timeless. Oh, we'll understand. We are making a journey. So how are you, Vaibhav?
So I'm good. It was deep, calm, relaxing.
Deep and relaxing. Good. How are you, Ashok?
Om Shanti, sir.
Om Shanti. That's a good thing. How are you? He says Om Shanti. So you have to say to everyone, including your honey,
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. When she
Good
is angry over you, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Have you
Okay.
become mad? Om Shanti. But that helps you to separate. You can take it as a joke, but if you go deeper, it separates you. What is this? Do you remember? It is the highest state of dispassion. And in that state of a dispassion, the mind is ready to awaken. Any question? No question. Thank you very much. We will meet
Thank
again,
you.
but continue doing the practice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a
Namaste, sir. Okay.